All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're taking a deep dive into Rachel Hollis's girl, Stop Apologizing.
Ooh, yes. This book is packed with straight up advice on how to silence those nagging self-doubts and actually go after what you want.
Totally. It's like a pep talk and a toolkit all in one. No more excuses, no more playing small, just pure, unadulterated ambition.
And one of the things Hollis really nails is how women are often pressured to, well, downplay their ambitions, not rock the boat too much.
It's like we're almost expected to apologize for wanting more, whether it's success in our careers or just like feeling truly happy in our lives.
Absolutely. And Hollis calls this out straight up.
Mm.
She talks about how we fall into this apology habit, always minimizing ourselves and our accomplishments.
Oh, I see it all the time. Oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky. Like we're deflecting any praise or recognition.
Right, but why do we do that? I mean, think about it. Is it because we genuinely feel bad about achieving something, or are we worried about making someone else feel uncomfortable?
That's a good point. It's almost like we've been conditioned to shrink ourselves to fit in. So how do we break free from that? It feels so ingrained.
Hollis suggests starting by just noticing it. Pay attention to when and why you apologize. Are you genuinely sorry, or are you just kind of like on autopilot?
Okay, so awareness is the first step. But then what? How do we actually change the behavior?
Well, once you're aware of it, you can start to consciously choose different language. Instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, I have a question, just say, I have a question.
Right. It seems so simple when you say it like that.
It is simple, but we overcomplicate things. And speaking of overcomplicating things, let's talk about those pesky excuses that hold us back.
Ugh, the excuses. Don't even get me started. My personal favorite is, I'm too busy, or I'll start tomorrow.
Classic. Hollis identifies a bunch of these common excuses, like not having enough time, feeling unqualified, or just not knowing where to even begin.
And I think we can all relate to at least one of those, right? I mean, they feel so real in the moment. So how does Hollis suggest we combat these excuse-making ninjas?
She basically throws some truth bombs at us. For the no time excuse, she's all about prioritizing. We all have the same 24 hours, right? It's about making conscious choices about how we spend them. Design your day. Don't let it design you.
That's actually a really good point. Okay, so what about the whole I'm not good enough excuse? That one can be seriously paralyzing.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Hollis tackles that by emphasizing skill development. She reminds us that no one is born an expert. We all have to start somewhere. And we get better through practice, through learning, through just doing the dang thing.
Stop waiting for permission or for some magic moment of readiness. Just start.
Exactly. Embrace the journey, the messy middle, the whole shebang. And as you start taking action, it's also important to cultivate those healthy habits that set you up for success.
Ah, yes, the habits. Hollis talks about personal accountability, intentional goal setting, and consistency. Those are the big three, right?
You got it. And they're all interconnected. Accountability means taking ownership of your actions and your progress. Goal setting helps you define what you're actually working towards. And consistency, well, that's the magic sauce that makes it all happen.
But consistency can be hard. How do we stay consistent when life gets crazy and distractions are everywhere?
Hollis is a big fan of breaking down those big, overwhelming goals into smaller, more manageable steps. She calls them micro goals, and I love that idea.
Me too. It feels so much less daunting to focus on one small action at a time. It's like instead of trying to climb Mount Everest all at once, you're just taking it one step at a time.
Right, and each step you take builds momentum and confidence. And you know what helps with that even more? A growth mindset.
Ah, the growth mindset. It's like the secret weapon for achieving anything, right?
It totally is. Hollis talks about how important it is to embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and growth and, not beating yourself up when you make mistakes.
It's about shifting that inner dialogue from, ugh, I messed up, to, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time?
Exactly. It's all about progress, not perfection. Remember that. And you know what else can really help you cultivate a growth mindset? Surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yes. Hollis talks about building a tribe of supportive people who cheer you on and believe in your vision. She calls them dream directors. But how do we find these magical unicorns, these dream-supporting gurus?
Well, it starts with getting clear about your own values and what you want to achieve. Then it's about looking for people who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who genuinely want to see you succeed.
So it's like building your own personal board of advisors, people who lift you up and push you to be your best self.
Yes. And just as important as finding those cheerleaders is distancing yourself from the energy vampires, those who bring negativity and doubt into your life.
Oh, the energy vampires. They can be sneaky. But once you learn to recognize them, it's like a weight lifted. And speaking of sneaky things that can sabotage our dreams, let's talk about judgment.
Oh, judgment. It's the ultimate dream killer, isn't it? But Hollis reminds us that other people's opinions don't define our worth or our success.
It's so easy to get caught up in what other people think, but ultimately it doesn't matter. What matters is what you believe in and what you want to achieve.
Exactly. Focus on your own internal compass, your own definition of success, and don't be afraid to take action even when it feels messy or imperfect.
Ah, yes. Done is better than perfect. That's such a liberating concept, isn't it?
It totally is. Think of it this way. Imagine your goal is like baking a cake. Instead of trying to create the perfect cake all at once, focus on one ingredient at a time. Start with the flour, then the sugar, then the eggs. Just take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll have a delicious cake.
And you know what else is important for baking that cake? Making sure you're taking care of yourself along the way.
Self-care isn't a reward for achieving your goals. It's essential fuel for the journey. When you prioritize your well-being, whether it's through exercise, healthy eating, or just taking some time to relax and recharge, you're actually setting yourself up for success.
So tell me, what's one tiny act of self-care you can commit to today? Something small but meaningful that will support you on your journey toward achieving your goals.
Remember, you are capable of incredible things. You have the power to create the life you want.
I love that. Stop apologizing for your ambitions. Own them. Chase them with passion and purpose. So what's one ambitious goal you've been putting off, and what's one tiny step you can take, like right now, to start moving towards it? Don't wait for permission. Just go for it.